another episode of Long Distance Situationship. I'm Mike. That's a healthy dose of Dan service.
That's me.
And we're joined as always by Hot Kyle.
Happy New Year, everybody. We're back in action. Let's
Dude,
go.
it's like the end of January, and this doesn't come out for another week. And I'm so excited to announce we have a very special guest, our co-star on What We Become, Alaina Neilly. How you doing?
Guys,
Welcome.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, Alaina.
Okay, fine.
I need you to understand, you're in the presence of greatness here, all right? Elena's
Oh
the
my
best
gosh.
actress in the whole damn world, all right? She was with me on What We Become. That was a 9-month grueling shoot, end of summer to beginning of next summer. Hot days, cold days, outdoors the whole time, like action sequences, late sequences, like driving, 3 hours, 4 hours from northern Michigan
yeah.
down to us.
Worth it though.
Worth it though. So me and Alaina go way back. Mike, you were on the movie too.
Oh yeah.
But like
we had very good times. Slight spoilers for this movie, but multiple people in this virtual room died at the hands of Alaina.
with the same set of gardening tools to the neck. Ah! Wow.
You better watch out.
Yeah, Dan, you gotta get the fuck out of here.
Bro, I have warning of us,
You'll
and I'm still
float.
scared.
As long as the cameras aren't rolling, but they're rolling right now. You gotta go, Dan.
I've become a different person on screen. You don't understand. I'm very
That's true.
method.
Your intensity, it was crazy because you played a very dark role, and like you were doing a big brunt of the killing on screen and stuff, and you were so in it.
It's
And
so
then, like-
interesting because it's like the opposite of
Yeah.
everything I've been typecast for.
Exactly.
Which is so challenging, but so fun and very rewarding, like at the same time. For those of you who don't know, I was super into theater before I was in screen acting, and What We Become was the first thing I did behind the camera, or in front of the camera, I should say, which was so awesome and so different from what I was used to. But honestly, one of the coolest things I have ever done. But yeah, very, very different. Iris is so different from any character I've ever played before, in the best way and in a really challenging way, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, I
It's so
remember.
crazy to think about, because like this is how I know you now, and so like just
Yeah.
to think of you in a different role feels like a little wrong.
This was your first impression of me, oh god.
Well,
Yeah.
I also got to hang
Yeah.
out with you off camera, so I at least understand the vast you played a character, because that was not you.
Thank you. That means a lot. It really does.
So I'll clap again for your audio if that helps at all.
It doesn't, but
Yeah, I remember being on set of What We Become and telling you, like, every step of the way to calm down. Because in theater acting, you got to be
I knew
so
this was
big.
coming.
You have to be so over the top in everything that you do. And when you're
Yeah.
playing a post-apocalyptic hard ass, you can't be so fucking big, Alaina.
I know. I totally know. That was probably my note consistently throughout that process. I think that's also theater too, because
Yeah.
when you're on stage, your director's like, hey, act to the back of the house. That last person in the last row needs to be able to see every facial expression.
Mhm.
And your body language is a huge deal. So I'm just I would over emote my face and my voice and my body. And you'd be like, ooh, what? The camera's right in your face, Alaina. Everybody can see you. It's okay. So that was a really big transition. That's a really tricky thing about transitioning from stage to film for sure.
Yeah, it's a big thing we've learned because I have a theater background as well, and it's even something that I'm still getting is like, because we're performers. We're you and I are very like emotive people. We like it's easy
Yes.
for us to put it into our bodies, and so you have to
Yeah.
like keep
Even
it
in
in just
everyday
the
life,
face.
I feel.
Exactly, dude. We're always
Yeah.
talking with our hands and like we're so
Mhm.
big, and so to just keep it to your face is really tough. I do understand that's a hard thing to pull off.
It is. I will say one thing that's really helpful about a theater background, though, is like when you're on stage, you've got one shot. There are no redos. You need to know your stuff. You need to know it because if you don't, you're just gonna have to ad lib your way through it, and that's not always great. So it's like
Yeah.
you have to know it or else. Versus, when you're on the screen, you have takes. Let's do that again. Oh, you flubbed that line, no big deal. We'll go back and do it. So in terms of preparedness, I was like, got it. Got my
Nice.
lines. I don't necessarily have to know it all by now, but I'm going to because that's what I'm used to. So that is one thing that helps for sure.
That was not always the case on that movie. There were other people on that film where it was like, I was there for some of it, and I heard some stories where it was like, so people are gonna kill each other on this movie just out of frustration.
This is close to happening.
You talk about multiple takes. Like, we got some pretty iconic, like 14, 15 take scenes where the line just kept being flubbed, and we're like, we're here now. Camera's here. Everybody's here. Take 14. Let's go again. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, it was brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's also a lot of ad-libbing lines. There's also you'll hear like you'll hear some people, like somebody in particular, they'll start to say one line and they remember what their line is supposed to be in mid-sentence, just like changed what they're supposed to, and you'll hear it. You're like, that's not what you were gonna say. You definitely just skipped and went this way instead. And it was the only take that worked. That's the issue. Is like,
yes.
At least he said something. We're moving forward. We're moving on.
Honestly, though, it's impressive because so many people, that was their first performing arts experience, period, right?
Yes.
Like, so many people in that cast hadn't done that before. So the fact that you're able to take all these people, maybe it was their first time doing anything like that, and still have that end result is actually pretty impressive. I think I said to you guys multiple times, there's a lot of people in the creative world with really big dreams, big projects that they want to achieve, and very few who actually do it. And you guys are in the very few that actually have the follow through, and so you should be proud of that.
Wow, thank you. That's actually some really good perspective too. Like, to remember that literally 90% of that film is just people that I knew, and I was like, hey, you're kind of like this character. Can you just show up and just be kind of like this character on camera?
You're like, okay.
Everybody was like, sure. Well, I'm like, I'll pay you in pizza and beer. Like, that's the deal.
Yeah, and a good time.
And dude, and we're like, oh my God, looking back, there's barely a prop weapon to be found. We're like swinging like real blades. We're doing real stunts. We are having people just like throw themselves off of hills, and like it was, oh my God,
every single one of us bled once or twice, maybe 3 times.
Oh my God, seriously, yeah. And we just hoofed it. There was nothing that could stop us. Like, I do miss that guerrilla, like no holding back. Let's just go get it done. And it's funny.
Kyle and I have a fight scene where he was like, what if we do the thing where like you swing the axe and I have to like spread my legs and it just barely misses?
I remember this.
We did that with like a 15-pound like splitting maul. Like, I almost cut your dick off.
You took a risk there, dude.
Honest to God, it was terrifying.
Yeah.
That is dedication to art.
Dude, I remember you asking me that. I remember being like, what did we do? Like, and I'm like, just don't let it happen. Like, just don't. We'll just make sure it's gonna be right. We're gonna not fuck it up. That's what we're gonna do. It's like, okay.
Fair,
oh Lord.
We didn't mess it up.
We didn't mess it up. We didn't mess it up.
Here you are. And you have all of your pieces. You're good.
The one that haunts me and Eli to this day, other than, I will say, I broke my nose on set. I got punched in the face.
Dude,
like
that was
crazy.
so cool, though.
We didn't put it on camera enough. I lost
Tensions
so much
were
blood.
high that day. I think maybe some of that was
that was
real.
not an accident. There's no way that was an accident.
Whether it was an accident or not, I think it was very helpful for our own personal relationship. I think it was good that it got out there. I think it was good that the hit happened. Me and a close friend, we were not getting along on set. Like, we were just...
Everyone was tired and hangry. And
yes, it's middle of winter. And we are fucking freezing. And I'm the one who was like, yeah, we're going to keep shooting. Like, let's go. Come on, get another take in. You fucked up the line. Like, take 14. We're going again. And then, like,
I'll show you take 14.
And he punches me in the face. Nose breaks right there. It was the best practical effect we had the whole movie.
Cool shot, to be fair.
Practical effect.
It looks great, dude. Like, you wouldn't believe the amount of blood that came out of my face, Dan. Like, it covered my jacket. It was all over the ground. Like, you'd think I got stabbed in an artery from all this blood that I lost, and it looked so fucking good.
So you guys did not need a blood guy for this movie.
We didn't know about that, not for that scene.
Just tell the doctor, yeah, I did get punched in the face for a movie this many years ago. I swear you broke your nose. I'm sure you did.
Oh, no, I did, because his girlfriend was a nurse and was like in there like, yep, it's broken, just don't touch it. Like, let it just set, like, let it resettle. It was crazy. And so
that's wild.
the one that really gets me, Alaina, that I think about all the time, it's like, I try not to let this like live rent free in my head, but there's a shot where we're surrounded, right? The table flips, we all grab our weapons, and we go back to back, and everybody surrounds us. And when watching, Austin grabbing the sword, he spins, and it goes like 6 inches or less from your face. Like it goes woo, like, and he's swinging in character, not thinking. Like he's just, and like you see it in the cut of the film. You see her like, huh! Like you see her like, whoa, like go right here.
Full Matrix.
And he's got no idea at all. And I just like every now and then I have the intrusive thought of like, Jesus, a few more inches and we would have like your face would it like
been decapitated.
You would have decapitated you, or like horribly maimed you. Like A, we wouldn't have finished the film. Like B, my film career would probably be fucking over. Your husband would never forgive us for like letting you be in this movie. Like everybody was there. We had so many extras that like I would have been. Man. That was the difference between Kyle the movie maker life and Kyle the guy who cut Alaina's head off.
In prison forever, murder.
Yeah. It's so crazy because my big memory from that scene was we took it so many times. Like you guys get in your little bunch, and then the rest of us are circled up, and we're doing this like back and forth with each other. And we took that so many times.
I couldn't make eye contact with you guys because
it was terrible. At one point, just to break the tension, Austin and I literally dropped our weapons and went like because I was like it was so just like. So like I had no idea that happened, and I think of that as like the most brutally mundane moment in the whole shooting, and here we are just like on the cusp of life and death.
Meanwhile, PTSD for me. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Something that's super trippy for me is I now work in the building that we shot that like the large chunk of that movie in.
Do you really?
And all of those empty spaces are like Victor's roofing is now where you guys had that like the final sword fight. And that is a waste management office now. And like I have to walk through this building and be like, it was better when it was a pile of rubble. Like,
do you want to touch on the fact that me and Eli's goal this year, we're taking the movie and we are trying to basically get funding to sell it as a TV show, to recut it together.
That's so cool.
Streaming services they're like, especially in the lower budget range, they'd rather have TV shows than movies. And so, you know, with everyone's short attention spans, it's much easier for people to bite on a 20-minute pilot than it is a 2.5-hour movie. And so,
which is what you guys did with Inhabitants, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. But this is like something that, you know, we can get real funding for. Like Inhabitants at the end of the day was still a proof of concept. This is something, especially like we're learning so much about how much money there is to be made in the foreign markets. They love action. They love big stories, and like with kind of I don't know, I think a global market will love this. And you can get like $25,000 to put it up in Brazil, to put it up in France, to put it up in Turkey, wherever. Like you just send it out, and like all these international streaming services will buy up your film, and you end up making way more internationally than you would like domestically. It's something I've learned about the movie industry out here.
And so the amount of pizza and beer right there.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, what's funny is like I wouldn't be able to do this without going back and getting like contracts signed by everybody involved in the film. Well, and so like it'd be this fun reunion of like, oh man, I got to go see everybody that like lent a hand, get a signature, like and look, and at the end of the day, there would be some profit sharing involved. So I don't want to get numbers right now, but everybody who worked on the project would be getting a little piece of the pie. Because come on, it was such a labor of love. As you said, it was barely any actors. It was just friends that showed up and literally bled for the movie on set. And so to be able to take the 4.5-hour cut and divide it into like 8 episodes could be really exciting. Could be really, really exciting, guys.
That is sweet.
Yeah.
You'll have to keep me posted on how that goes. That's
I got you. Yeah, absolutely. And so, well, the other thing that's interesting is that the movie that we're actually supposed to be talking about, Band on the Run, you got that role because he came to the premiere of the movie, right? To What We Become?
Yes. Oh. So Chris Plum, who did some music for What We Become, was also involved in Band on the Run. He's really good friends with Jeff Huck, who is the writer and director of Band on the Run. He came and saw What We Become and emailed you, Kyle. Mm-hmm. And then you called me and you were like, guess what? We had this conversation about it. and he wanted me to audition for a role for Band on the Run. So I was like, no way. I never thought in a million years. Like, to me, performing arts was always just something I loved, a hobby. It wasn't necessarily something I saw doing like professionally or as work. So the fact that I was being given an opportunity to do that was like the coolest thing ever. And so I sent in an audition tape, and shortly after, he was like, "Yep, you got it. You're gonna play Mara," who, if you don't know or haven't seen Band on the Run, it is a 1990s road trip comedy. It takes place in Detroit, so close to home for all of us Michiganders out there. It's about a young man who has, big dreams of being in the music industry, and he's got a 3-man band, and then they get invited to go to South by Southwest, the big music festival. And so he decides that he's going to go on the road trip with his friends, and he ends up bringing his dad along, which is a whole other side part of the story. There's a lot going on. His parents have separated, and his dad's dealing with this chronic illness. So it's kind of like a father-son relationship story. And amongst all the chaos, there's a rival band, and then my shady character comes in, who's an MTV producer, and who's trying to exploit the drama a little bit. And it's all just very fun. So if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's really fun. But yeah, I got that role and was like totally stoked about it. I was nervous at first because they were going to film it for 2 weeks in June, and most of that time I was going to be on my honeymoon in Denver, and I was like, no, this can't be. And so I was so upset at first, and so I called Jeff, and he was amazing and like so accommodating, and he was like, "We'll just film your scenes first."
Nice.
And I just was like, "You're amazing! Oh my gosh, thank you!"
Great
and so all of my scenes, the whole process was only 2 weeks, but I was there for the first couple days. I think I filmed for 3 days total. We got all my scenes in. Yeah,
that's
they
actually
did the
really
whole.
impressive. Wow.
Not like 9 months. You could do it in less time than that. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, can you believe that? I know.
To be fair, the plot of this movie probably covers about 5% of the deep delves that What We Become heads down, all right? Come on, that movie. Anyway, sorry, continue. Alaina.
That's fair. We needed all 4 seasons.
Sometimes you need a little snack, a light movie, and you don't need a grandiose post-apocalyptic epic. But I don't know who's thinking that way.
I don't know, man.
I get it.
They were in like 7 states in Band on the Run. You guys were in Michigan the whole time?
So yeah, filming was all done in Michigan, and we pretended that the actual festival was taking place in Texas, but the whole thing was filmed in Michigan, which is exciting. We had actors come in from all over, which is also really cool. I was one of the few Michigan-based actors actually who was in it.
Okay.
Which was exciting for me, and they were all. I remember being so nervous on the first day of set and being like, "Okay, you just have to know your stuff, be professional, and stay out of people's way. Like these are big league people. Like you can't don't be annoying. Just stay out of people's way." And that was my plan. Everyone was so chill.
Nice.
And so nice and so cool. And like my nerves kind of melted away right away. And they wanted to get to know me, and they were asking questions about Michigan. And I'm like, these people are awesome. Like honestly, delightful from beginning to end, which is so cool. And super talented. Our lead was Matt Pearl, who played Jesse, and then his dad was played by Larry Bagby. Both lovely humans. Honestly, everybody was lovely and super talented. We had some real musicians who were in the show, like Daniel Blair, for example, and just like everybody had something really unique and cool to bring to the table. Like just and all around delightful humans. I remember asking them, like, what's your impression of Michigan? Since a lot of them had never been to Detroit, never had been to Michigan before, and they were like, Michiganders are all really authentic and down to earth. And I was like, heck yeah, we are. What a great compliment.
We really like our
That's
Verners
the
here.
coolest compliment ever. But we really are,
Yeah, big time.
Mm-hmm.
Even when we're not nice, that's still true.
The Midwest way.
Yeah, we're still authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember coming to the premiere with you. So, like, I remember we
1 year anniversary of What We Become. The same was that day of the premiere. Yes.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
Band on the Run premiered exactly a year after What We Become, which was such a fun full circle moment for me.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, actually.
Isn't that crazy?
Interesting. Yeah. So I remember getting to meet everybody, but how's it been since? Do you know how the movie's been doing? Has it just gone to streaming? Like, Do you get those kind of updates?
Yeah, there's been a whole ton of advertising going on. I think it actually just became free for streaming on Tubi. I'll have to double check that, but yeah, it's been going well. I think a lot of my castmates have kept busy too and have moved on to other projects and stuff like that. Every single one of them has had positive things to say about the experience on their own social media and things like that, which is really great. So it's nice to know that it was a positive experience for everybody, not just me, especially since I was only there for the first 3 days, right? But everyone seems to really have a special place. This movie has a special place in their heart, which is cool. Larry Bagby was actually producer, I learned, on this movie. For those of you who might know him from Walk the Line, Hocus Pocus. He was in Horizon. Yep. So he was pretty experienced. He was a person I was super excited to meet. Angel, super kind. Really cool person. Like, everybody was just so nice. I don't know why in my head I thought people were gonna be more intense or I don't know. I was just so nervous about it, but I was like, oh my gosh, you had nothing to worry about. These people are all super cool. There's one like minor fight scene, maybe. It is kind of a fight scene, where part of the premise of the movie is that there are these two rival bands. The lead of the other band is played by an actor named Landon, and they had a scene where they were fighting over this mic stand. And they had like our AD was taking it really seriously and was like choreographing it so that nobody got hurt. It was very specific, and the speed was really slow at first, and they slowly sped it up, and they wanted to make sure nothing went wrong. And I'm just standing off to the side, just kind of, I couldn't help but laugh and be like, oh my gosh, they should have seen how we filmed all of what we did. They would have been horrified.
You're like, guys, none of these is a actual real weapon. How the hell is the audience going to believe this?
It's like two homeless guys fighting over a cane.
It's just a metal pipe. It can't even hurt anybody.
Literally, it's just a metal pipe. Like, what are you doing? What is this faking it? Choreographing that? Just put them in there. They'll figure it out.
It's like to the T choreographed. I was just standing there like, wow, they're taking this so seriously. You know, like, that's how it's supposed to go.
See, honestly, I almost wouldn't want to do it any other way, though, because it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Just like, there's a shot, I think we used it in Inhabitants, where I'm running after somebody. I think it's Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
And we were like, you could just jump and, like, vault over this down tree, right?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I could probably do that. And the shot we used, they were like, your intensity was really great. I was like, yeah, it's because I missed it. I almost died. I botched the landing on a humongous hill. It was actually in the same woods that we shot some of What We Become in. And, it was, it's like a 15-foot, pretty sheer drop. And I'm, like, sprinting down. And they're like, you really look focused. I was like, it's because I was. Like, I wouldn't want, like, if they were like, oh, no, if something happens, it'll be an insurance problem. I'm like, oh, that's no fun. Let me risk it.
Yeah,
There's some very genuine.
Let me tell you guys, Mike as an actor, I don't know if you'd expect it, but he locks in. When you're in the zone, Mike, you wash away and something else takes over. Now we've put you in very aggressive roles as a monster and as one of the henchmen, and so they've been very intense, but you really bring it, man. When you're in the zone, you bring it.
My favorite one was there's the scene in What We Become when the prophet finds that what's her name, Angel.
Yes.
Yeah, the angels died, and you basically have us all seated, staggered. It's so cold. It wasn't even the coldest day, but it was a cold one. And we're sitting there, and I was like, okay, I need to look scared, and I need to look sad. And I literally sat there holding the back of my thumb to my metal axe because it hurt really bad because it was so cold.
Whoa.
And then just thinking about what it would be like if my wife and daughter were dead. And that's just what I did for 45 straight minutes.
Wow.
Because I was like, I don't know how to act. I'll just think about the saddest thing I can and hurt my palm.
I mean, honestly, that's kind of a big part of it. You're pulling
some
real emotions, right?
You're not entirely wrong. You made it real, and that's what counts.
My favorite is, I think something happened to the footage, but it's the scene in the first day we were in the building when people just start kicking Kyle.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That scene, I swear to God, dude, that's the scene that was the beginning of the end of my marriage. It was like how long filming that freaking night took. Like, she was ready to kill you. The texts I had on my phone when we finally got out of there, because my buddy Zach was also there, and she was watching my child
Is it how late you were?
and Zach's child. And it ran like 4 hours later than we all thought it would. And finally we had to go. I was like, listen, she's gonna leave me if I don't like get home now. And it turns out
Less
people were
all
so
of the partners involved.
but literally I heard stories about it, and they were
Yeah.
like,
That's
the last
crazy.
thing we had to
first
do was
off.
pretend to hit Kyle, and everyone was so mad that we just didn't pull anything.
Well, they literally like I remember that because like they were not. Everyone's kicking me. Everyone's in costumes. They're all in these like big boots and stuff, and so like I'm a director and actor. I can't see what's going on or how it looks, so I'm just like covering my head. Everyone is just like drilling the shit out of me, and I'm not. It was
Is
like
this at
I'm
the
not.
party
It
house?
is
Is this the
late.
scene?
No, this
What'd you
was
say?
up when it was
No.
the scene where you guys all got
Hangar
brought into the Prophet. Yeah, we call it the hangar scene.
We're in the red lights,
Got
and
you.
everybody's
Okay.
kicking me, and they
Yeah.
beat the shit out of me. And I just remember being like, A, yes, I deserve this. But B, I don't have time to be like, everybody stop! Okay, let's be a lot more gentle with me. It's like, look, kick me as hard as you have to. If we get it right here, then we all get to move on. But like, I have boot prints in my back. Like,
Good
people
Lord.
did not know how to do it gently. And then
Oh
the
my
cut didn't make
well,
it in
like
the final
we said
film.
again, it's a bunch of people who have never done this before, right?
Yes.
Right?
So,
He said to kick him.
Well, I'm pretty
So
sure
I
they were
did.
really pissed at that point. Everyone was
Oh,
upset.
exactly. Yes. There's
So,
zero
like,
chance that they weren't.
They weren't trying to pull those for a second.
I-
My favorite
I
was
agree.
the scene where we kidnap you guys. That was another scene where I did an insane jump that I shouldn't have done.
Yes, I was just thinking about that in the same place, like same hills.
Yeah, I like that was like that was my high school like haunt too. Like I grew up like right down the road from there, so I was super comfortable in those woods.
Nice.
yeah.
There was like jump, tackle Kyle, put the bag over his head, and then like smack him in the face. And I was like, okay. And like the first like 6 takes, I was
so
like,
violent, this whole movie.
you know, and he was like,
The
"That's
apocalypse,
soft."
you have to. You
Yeah,
have to.
and I'd be like, I don't want to hurt Kyle. And the last time, like, the bag's over his head. He doesn't even know it's coming. I was like, okay. And just
Wow.
walloped
Yeah.
him.
That made it in the
Gosh.
movie. That made the
This is
cut.
like Actors Fight Club.
Yes. You also jumped over the camera when you did that. Do you remember that? Like, camera was in the pit under you. You leap over as you're laughing. Amazing shot. Amazing shot.
was
But
fun.
it's funny. It's also something I would do it again in a heartbeat. But like people out here jump over the camera. Like people would freak if they knew we were
Really?
doing those things. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh
it's
yeah.
an
Yeah.
expensive camera, so I get
Well,
that
it is an
part.
expensive camera, but also you're not an official stunt guy, so I don't know if we can trust this guy to jump from point A to point B. And you laughed, bro. You were so good.
I was wearing weighted boots too. That sucked. Like, that was so
it
hard.
awesome. And you did like the laugh from life the whole time because you had the red and white face paint.
Yeah, that was fun. Kyle's casting call was wear crazy clothes. The crazier you are, the more screen time you'll get in the movie. And I was like, I'm looking at my clothes. This is how I dress. And I'm
That's
like, I don't have
crazy.
anything crazy, but I can replicate his character from his short film and count on Kyle's hubris to just get me a ton of screen time.
And then we saw him jump over cameras, so it worked out.
And there we go.
So,
Oh man.
Alaina, I do want to know what's next for you. What are you up to? You've been teaching for a long time? Is that still the course?
Yes.
I know you've been getting
Yeah, I'm
like
a
moved up in
science
that world.
teacher.
Oh.
Wow.
Science teacher
What
by
grade?
day. Yes. Which I love so much. Really do. I love where I work. I love my people up here. It's been wonderful. I've slowly been getting back into performing arts, which is great. There's a theater here that I've been engaging in, which has been awesome to
Nice.
kind of keep that alive. I would be so down to do something on screen again.
Good
That'd
to
be
know.
amazing. If I
Good
was
to know.
given the opportunity, I
Yeah.
would totally do it. In the meantime, I'm going down to my original love, which is theater. It's a lot easier for me to do that during the summertime as an actor, but during the school year, I'm involved in choreographing and things like that at the
Nice.
school,
Cool.
which is great. So
Yeah.
I'm involved on the production team side of things during the school year, and then the acting side of things, the performer side of things during the summer. So that passion is still very much alive. I intend to keep it that way. It's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, how often do you get down to Detroit?
It depends on the reason I'm going.
So, I'm just saying, if we could get a week in the summer,
Mm.
and we could drag Kayleen up,
Mm.
what do you think? 5-man short film, make something happen?
I
Oh,
would be incredibly down for that. Heck yeah.
look, honestly,
that was on my 26 bingo card was to make a short film, and
nice.
I think that'd be really fun. I also want to see how Dan's acting is. I haven't seen Dan act since his high school short film.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
To his credit, he was the best of the high schoolers.
That's not setting the bar very high,
Heck
dude.
yeah,
Like,
He was like, yeah, but you were the only one trying.
yeah, literally, my only direction was like, be a dick. I'm like, I can do that.
I can do that.
Sitting there, you got this like Bronx accent. You're doing the chief of police thing so right, and then
Nice.
everybody else is like, yeah, okay, whatever you say, chief.
I
Wow.
love it. Giving is all.
Yeah.
We could absolutely make that work, guys. That'll be awesome. Honestly, look, and as much as What We Become was a heavy experience for so many of us, I think 90% of those people would do it again in a second. I think
Oh,
we're,
yeah.
we're so, yes, we got a 5-man team, but we could make the call and have a set full of people if we want it.
I like
Absolutely.
it. We'll have to start. We'll have to start
Yeah.
making something because I've been itching lately.
Good. I
Have you
like
been writing?
it. Love to hear
I
it.
haven't been writing as much. I write better when my life has fallen apart, and things have been relatively smooth for the last year or so.
Well, I guess in that case, I'm glad you're
Yeah,
not.
it's weird. Every now and then I think about just making a horrible decision so I could spark
Exactly.
the day.
No.
Your life is too good right now, dude. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alaina.
my steak is too juicy, my lobster is too buttery.
Yeah, the world needs his
Oh
art,
my
okay?
God.
We gotta figure out how to sabotage Mike's life, okay? We gotta get him
Yes.
kicked out of his parents' house. If that
Hey,
man
hey,
was
man, the
homeless,
free rent is a good situation, and it's part of why I can produce your podcast for free. All right, let's not mess with the ecosystem too much.
I
We'll do some scheming.
take back my statement. But we just gotta figure out how to do it without him knowing.
Yeah, see, there you go.
No,
Yep.
I could still. I mean, I wrote a short story that I had Dan do a read of that I actually think would be really complicated to try and do because it's a mob story, which is doable for us, I think.
This is
But
the rat?
It's a supernatural mob story that actually, I don't know if you guys can see it. So my brother-in-law and I, Rob from the Top Podcast, now of Ope Magic, shout out. We briefly were we were writing a serialized story for a newspaper, and we did a 2-part story called The Rat, and then we stopped writing for them, and the whole thing the whole newspaper went down. It was a small paper in Oklahoma, and I was like, screw this, man. Like, I'm rewriting this story not confined to 500 words a point, and it was so much fun. But it got really weird in the there's all this magic crap happening in what he's seeing that would be really annoying to shoot. But then again, if anyone could do it,
Yeah. I mean, what's scary
Anyone
about that
can
is
do it. It's the Horsemen.
exactly, and it's what you don't see. It's a story of tension, right? And then
Yeah.
we would have to figure out some practical effects, but I don't think it's impossible at all. I think other than the monster, it's a pretty straightforward thing to make.
yeah. All right. I'll shoot you guys the story. We'll see if we can turn it into a script.
Yeah. Do you remember the studio?
Story.
I guess
Heck
that
yeah.
doesn't really make sense, but we see a good location to explore in the dark where the rat is hiding.
Right. Well, that's the thing
So-
about the dark is you can kind of do anywhere that's dark if you just
Yes.
play with the lights
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Yes, of course. But then it's also but then it's just finding cool rooms that as the flashlight explores, you're seeing all these cool little objects and stuff that'll I like in a dark scene, you got to give the audience something to be like, oh, is that? No. Okay. Oh, is that? Oh. So there has to be these fun little rat-esque objects in there that will make the audience be like, oh, okay, we're safe. Anyway, we'll get to this later.
What's next for you, Kyle?
Oh, this is my year of getting us the big money to make big movies. This is what we're doing. So we filmed a short called Ain't No Sunshine. It's a very action-packed cowboy short. No, sorry, it's not cowboy. It's post-apocalypse, but we filmed it in the style of like old school spaghetti westerns. Um, and so we're waiting on sound and effects to be done with the edit, and then we're going to try to make that into a TV show.
Nice.
And then the other one I'm working on is a story about three witches who share a coven in the modern world, and it's like I think it's something we could shoot low budget out here, and just like have fun, young like witches. I want to make a movie that is full of fun shenanigans, where yes, there's stakes, but it's a lighthearted, feel good. The kind of movie you'd put on every Halloween just because it's like, you know, in the same vein of like, I think Hocus Pocus is too goofy, but Hocus Pocus is one of those movies that it's just fun, right? You throw it on, you
Yeah.
put it on every year
So
just because you
fun.
love how like lighthearted it is. I want to make something that is magical and kind of Halloween themed, but about these like three witches and what that looks like in the modern world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a big one right now. As well as, you know, I'm in the game of like figuring out who like what other projects I can be a part of and elevate out here to continue to like gain reputation and, you know, put it on my name.
How would you describe the film industry where you live?
Look, Oklahoma City's the dream for a filmmaker. It really is.
That's awesome.
LA is falling apart, as we well know, and I'm finding out more and more. You know, it's like it's the film industry in LA. I think is down. Is it 80%, maybe even 90% than it was even just a few years ago? Like post COVID, like because it's so expensive there. It's become so about the business that you can't do any little thing involving a movie without there being all these upcharges that have like come up across the years. And so everybody is like finding a way to make their own kind of like to make their own bank off of whatever piece of the movie that they have control of, and like locations, permits, it's all crazy. So everything's moving out. And so, you know, Atlanta's a popular hub right now. I know New York's pretty big for TV. Texas is even like starting to blow up. Oklahoma City is great because you have a thriving film industry. It's all indie films, right? There's a few big ones that come through, but it's all like people at the lower level who are really working in a beautiful collaborative way. The connections you're making actually get you work. Like it's easier to kind of like climb up the ladder and get your own stuff made because it's a smaller town. In LA, there are literal millions and millions of people that are all chasing the same exact dream. And it's so hard to get anywhere with it. And so being out here, it's like, there's all that hustle, but in a small town setting. So very quickly, I mean, I think me and Eli are going to be known as the best editors in the city, like in the next couple of years.
Well, that's what's so valuable about indie films, in my opinion, is it gives a platform for super creative people who might have otherwise not had that.
Yeah.
It's like a launch pad for talented people.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I think there's so much value in indie filmmaking.
Of course. Well, and I'm just trying to learn how to really bridge the gap to make money as an indie filmmaker. At the end of the day, like if I can just make money to do the filmmaking thing, I don't need to be a millionaire. If I can afford my life doing this, then I'll be happy the rest of my days. Like that's all it is. And so I think people are craving authentic content more and more nowadays. I think people are tired of, we're seeing more and more AI generated stuff. Don't get me started already. We're seeing more and more.
Don't even get me started.
We're seeing more and more like just like rinse and repeat movies that all feel the same because they're all being done with the same formula. Like, you know, where people are craving like genuine, authentic content. And I think we're going to see a rise in like smaller budget, you know, more indie leaning movies in the next few years, because that's where you're going to be able to get all the best content.
Right.
So, yep, I'm about
Great
it.
point.
I'm about it. I'm riding that wave, and Oklahoma City is a great spot.
Nice.
Yeah, I love it. I want to know if you guys want to move on to our game, though, because you brought a game, and I'm very excited to give it a shot.
I'm ready for
I
it.
did bring a game. So you guys, this is a game that I call Telepathy. I'm sure people have other names for this. This is not a game I just made up, but this is one I used to play as a kid on road trips, and I still continue to do so because I think it's so much fun. So the object of the game, it's typically played with two people. You can play it with more. I played it with 3 people before. It was much harder with more than 2, but it can be done, especially if you know the people really well. So you have 2 people, and you count 3, 2, 1. Both people shout out a word, any word. And then what you're trying to do is, in the fewest amount of rounds, make it so that you say the same word at the same time. So I'll give an example. Let's say Kyle and I are partners. I say 3, 2, 1. We both shout out a word. Let's say I say picnic and he said garden. then we might think about it. Okay, how can we connect those two words? We say 3, 2, 1, and he says like lettuce, and I say cucumber or something like that. And in round 3, we say 3, 2, 1, and we both say vegetable, or we both say food. If we get to the same word, we win. And the object is to do it in the fewest amount of rounds.
So we're
And
just trying
obviously,
to
it
meet
could
in
be
the middle,
really
right?
hard depending on what your first 2 words are, and it could take more than 3 rounds for sure.
Okay.
But your goal is to do it in the least amount of turns.
And we got 4 people, so I say we get 5 lives.
Okay.
'Cause that's the arbitrary number.
Wait, 5 rounds, 5 tries.
5 lives. Yeah, 5 tries. Lives are gonna up the stakes. It'll make it more intense.
Are we going 2v2
Okay.
or are we all on the same
No.
team?
Let's. I want to see if we all. I think we can do it, man.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the 4 of us have shared life and death together.
That's true.
Dan and I are pretty tight.
You're
too,
not even
so,
kidding either.
Hold on, let me go jump out my window really quickly.
Yeah. Dude, Dan,
Just so we're all on the same page.
Just get killed by Alaina one time, and then you get to be in the club.
Maybe
That's
we'll
right.
find a way
That's
to work
right.
that into the
I
short
got
film.
you, Dan.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
That's great.
All right,
Okay,
doing
well,
this.
in that case, I'll count down, and after 3, we'll just all shout out a word. Does that sound good?
Sounds like a plan.
3, 2, 1.
Cow.
Dog.
Okay, I said movie.
I said dog.
Tomato, dog, cow. Okay.
Tomato, dog, cow. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Farm.
All
Barnyard.
dogs go to heaven.
Holy crap! Dan!
What is,
We got-
okay, so what did everybody say?
Barn,
They got
we
it.
Both said Nickelodeon's Barnyard. And you said
Barnyard.
And you said all
I said all
dogs
dogs go to heaven. I'm pretty sure that takes place on a farm, but I might be wrong.
I've never seen it.
Never seen it
I haven't either.
That was a Pizza Hut movie.
Okay, I haven't seen
What did you
Barnyard,
say,
so
Kyle?
I said just farm. I said farm. I didn't.
That's
No,
pretty
you're
close.
wrong.
That's pretty close.
Farm would have been really good.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
I was also my second one would have been babe. Like.
So we got 3 more rounds. Okay, so we have barnyard, farm, and all dogs go to heaven. Oh God. Okay.
oh, no one is gonna get it though. All right.
3, 2, 1.
Ranch.
Last.
Babe.
Livestock.
I can say babe.
I'm sure I can say
Wait,
babe.
What did you say?
I said
I said livestock.
lassie.
Okay.
I think we just went backwards.
Yes.
That's what I'm
What did you
saying.
say, Dan?
Babe. What did you say, Dan?
Ranch.
Ranch.
Not the dressing, like the
I
ranch,
gotcha.
like yeah.
Babe, ranch, livestock, and what was the other one?
Lucy, like the dog, Lucy, the little
Oh,
Timmy
Lassie.
fell down the Lassie, thank you.
Oh,
Lassie.
That's what I was thinking. I might have said Lassie. I just said, oh gosh, Lucy was my childhood dog. Nobody's gonna get that.
Quick, get this man a pen.
3, 2, 1.
Draw this
Farmer.
one.
Dog.
Fuck.
What did we say? I said sheepdog.
Said Old McDonald.
I said Charlotte's
Farm.
Web.
Farmer.
Charlotte's Web. Oh, dang it, that was a good one.
That would have been good.
There's
Yeah.
no way we get this.
I listen.
I
I
am a
still
little
think
impressed though, because 4 is
as-
really hard, and
as
we're
soon
in
as
the
2 people
ballpark.
get it right, I think they get points, and the other 2 are like they lose lives or whatever.
All right, we got one more try, and then we'll reshape the game for round 2.
Recalibrate the game. Cool.
If I don't know the actual name of this thing, can my word just be me describing what it is? Or it's a sentence, but it's the thing?
Is it an adjective?
Yeah.
I think it's a noun.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Hey.
Fable?
That thing that you pull the little lever down and then it spins. It's the child's toy and it lands on an animal and it goes.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what the word for that is
Oh
either.
my! It's not a sit and spin. It's I don't know.
That's so specific. That's amazing. Oh, now I gotta know what that's called.
literally a toy from like 1947. Like,
We should have had a
Incredible.
voice box in it.
That's incredible. Well, we lost, but it was a really good effort.
All right. Yes. Back to the
To
other
be
rules.
fair, 4 people is so hard.
Yeah,
You
no,
have
that
4
was-
different words to connect.
You two
You
got
wanna do 2v2?
barnyard.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Good.
Let's
All
just.
right, you want to do 2v2s?
No.
Let's
I
do
think we
it.
should still do the 4, but the
Okay.
first 2
Okay.
to connect at all, they win the round.
Okay.
Okay.
I like it.
You guys got
I like
barnyard,
that.
right? Like you guys should
Yeah.
have scored for that because you found
You
the
just
middle ground. first.
posthumously won. I'm okay with this.
Yes.
Nice.
I agree with that. Okay.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Thumbs up when you got a word. Please don't be barn related this time.
Yeah, no, I was like,
Right.
how far in
It's
the
like
opposite
so far
direction
away,
can I
yeah.
go?
3, 2, 1.
Alien.
Skateboard.
Ghost. Okay, we got ghost,
Earthquake.
Alien.
skateboard.
alien. Earth,
Ghost.
earthquake, ghost, skateboard, alien. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Injury. I
Scooby-Doo.
almost said apocalypse, Dan.
Yeah,
I almost said that. I
So
switched
close.
it last minute because I
So
thought
close.
skateboard, and I was like, skateboards. So I said injury instead, but I almost said apocalypse. Damn it. What did
Bummer.
you say, Kyle?
I said Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo?
Dude.
What did you
I said
say,
Tony
Mike?
Hawk.
Ah,
Tony.
where's the earthquakes, aliens, and ghosts?
Have you ever played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater?
Ah, no.
Okay,
Actually,
now I
ages
get it.
ago,
Now I
yes,
get
yes,
it.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Tony Hawk.
Tony
Injury.
Hawk, injury. Right?
Apocalypse. Apocalypse and
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Gosh.
Okay, I got it. Come on. Somebody feel this energy. I got it. I think I nailed all those things.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like you, and it's hard.
3, 2, 1.
Jackass.
Monkey Island.
Jackass, dude, that was brilliant.
Thank you.
I said danger. What did you say,
Jackass.
Kyle? Jackass. Okay.
Spooky
What
Island.
did you Smoky Island. What did you say, Mike? You said movie?
Yeah, Jackass was brilliant though. That was so good. All right. I think I got one.
Oh.
I'm not even gunning for the right thing anymore. I'm just trying to get what one of you were gonna say. I'm sorry.
3, 2, 1.
Dawn of the
Hospital.
Dead.
Stunts.
Mm.
I said stunts.
I said Steve-O.
I
Hospital.
said Dawn of the Dead. Jesus.
Okay, I think I got one. Someone.
Dawn of the Dead, Hospital, Steve-O.
And stunts. 3, 2, 1.
28 days later.
Ambulance.
Bam Margera. Jesus. We are all over the place.
This is so
Dan,
hard
like,
with 4
Dan,
people.
it's so hard to play the meta right now. We watched 28 Days Later last night.
I watched that last week.
No way.
Honestly, I
The new one or
did.
the old one?
The
the,
old
the
one.
first
No,
one.
I
I'd
watched
never
them
seen
back
it. It was
to back.
amazing.
Oh, great movie. Original one's great movie.
3, 2, 1.
Hospital.
Surgery.
Pandemic. I said pandemic. What did you say?
Hospital.
Surgery.
I said EMT.
Ah.
Damn it, guys.
3, 2, 1.
Nurse.
Surgeon.
Mask.
Dang it.
3, 2, 1.
Patient.
Patient. Who said patient?
Patient.
I heard it.
Yeah, let's go.
Woo! Yes, Dan. We were
That's
so
awesome.
close. 2 other times. We finally did it.
Yep. Only took
Wow.
like 6 million tries, but we got there.
Yeah,
You know what?
definitely
Edit-
a longer game than I was
Michael,
anticipating.
just edit all that out and post, and we got it in one try. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Try.
Yeah, exactly. 250 tries later.
I've found that they enjoy watching us struggle. So
It's good for
Of course
engagement.
they do.
I'm glad
Who
somebody
doesn't?
does.
Who doesn't?
thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Long Distance Situationship. Thank you to Alaina for coming on. Check out Band on the Run. It's on, I know it's on Amazon Prime. I hear it's on Tubi. It's got a 4.3 out of 5 on Amazon Prime. So give it a watch, give it some love, and until next time, peace.
Thanks, guys. This was so fun.
Thank you for being here.
to live by a philosophy. I truly believe it.
This is nice.